NFL's got some drama kind of cooking.
Oh, yeah?
You know, you got some drama kind of cooking. We got a head coach where all of his players are calling for him. We'll talk about that. And then we got Jamar Chase happening, doing a conversation, a press conference, an interview at his locker. That's maybe the most uncomfortable I've ever witnessed in my entire life.
Weird.
I don't know why everybody's just so comfortable to ask like very personal business stuff like so publicly. And I think Jamar Chase handled this very, very well. But I don't know how any of this is like proper locker room questions to a player that's potentially staring down a contract. Here's Jamar Chase in the locker room talking about his contract for some reason.
Really probably just up front.
How do you want your contract?
Probably so, yeah.
Would you want guaranteed money in year 2?
Like, what is this?
I don't know. You're going a little too far now, buddy. I don't know. Give you a little spice. Don't take all of it.
Would you be open to taking less if it meant they could keep T. Higgins?
You take less? T. Higgins, teammate, playing ping-pong?
That's a good question. You know what I'm saying? Who knows? It depends how much I'm taking. It depends at the end of the day.
How cognizant?
Because then I might not really be taking a cut.
How about you? Are you going to write 3 less articles so that this person can write more?
Come from somewhere else.
How cognizant are you that this it looks like you and Joe are going to be the foundation of whatever this is going to be like? That it's going to be built around.
That's a good question.
I mean, that's cool. I mean, make everyone else around us better. I mean, that's the whole objective. That's the reason why they got us. You know what I'm saying? We got to lead by example. They look at us as leaders, so we got to lead by example.
That was a great answer.
Yeah.
That was a great question. T. Higgins might have literally been playing ping pong 2 feet away, and they asked, "Are you willing to take less money?" He said, "T. Higgins can maybe get paid." It's like, how is that okay? You know what I mean? Like, how is that an okay question? And how do you want your contract to be structured? You want money guaranteed second year? What do you want second year? It's like, get the hell out. What are we even doing? I guess it's the end of the year. You don't have much to play for, but that's a wild position to put somebody in. Now, for the media people, I guess they have a good relationship, and Jamar Chase handled that very well. But what if he would have just flipped that thing? Well, I don't know. Are you willing to ask less questions so this person can do it? How about you take a demotion so that this person can maybe get your job? Because you've been holding this job for 35 years. There's only one of you. This person's looking for it. Why don't you get the hell out of there? And you? Okay. What if, are you willing to help out somebody that's below? Annie Agar doesn't have a job with any. Are you willing to, so she can maybe get in there to that? Like, why is that? Why was that okay? I have no idea. As I was listening to it, because the thing was Jamar Chase teases about taking less money for T. Higgins. It was like, okay, so as I'm watching it, I'm like, why is that even coming up in a locker room conversation? Why is that happening? And as I watched it, I got more and more mad. And I'm like pumped for Jamar Chase the way he handled it. But like, that is not normal. I don't think that's normal conversation out there. That's a bad spot to be in.
Yeah, especially asking like
you make them heal real quick.
Yeah. The specifics
real
of
quick.
Money, like the guarantees specific in year 1 or 2. I just wish Jamar was like, hey, T, come here. Like, let's talk about this. They're asking, so let's just talk about it together. What do you want? What do I want? Let's see where we can meet in the middle here, man.
Hey, T, you know how a general manager's job is put a roster together and utilize the salary cap gymnastics that everybody else has been able to do? We're both going to be able to get paid, right? Other teams have been able to do that. So why don't they go ask the GM how they're going to pay both of us instead of asking Jamar Chase if he's willing to take? They're setting him up for bad leverage, too. In his negotiation. I mean, they set him up to be a bad guy, set him up to be a bad teammate, bad friend, and also bad leverage business-wise. It was like, how is that anywhere near acceptable in that locker room?
Well, that's what I can't stand is, like, as fans, obviously, you always talk about, like, yeah, you would love to have a guy like Jamar Chase take, like, a hometown discount, but for, like, a reporter to insinuate that, like, that's almost his responsibility to do that so T. Higgins can stay there when he's still on his rookie contract, and who knows how much he's making in endorsements and stuff like that, but, like, he's earned whatever money he's about to get. Like, he's unbelievable. So, like, to sit there and like you said, insinuate and kind of put him in a position where it's like, okay, well, if I say the wrong thing here, then, like, when I go to negotiate, is that going to be held against me? Like, that just, I don't know. It's just bullshit.
Hey, will you take a pay cut for your job? Will you do that with what you've done?
We're not talking about me.
Why don't you go on the record? You want to go on the record and say that and just put yourself behind the 8 ball before the negotiation even begins for the next one? It's like, I understand the thought and the hope is that you're looking out for each other. And I assume Jamar Chase will think about that as he goes in there. I think Joey Burrow thought about it a little bit whenever the way they structured that whole thing. So I believe that is a thought over there, but that was weird. I don't think that should become normal. I would like that not to become normal. If guys are representing themselves, like, does Jamar Chase have an agent? I would assume Jamar Chase has an agent.
I assume as well.
If Jamar Chase is representing himself, I think that's fair game. If he has an agent, though, I think those questions art director, a general manager who's going to have to make that decision, an agent who's going to be negotiating that. I just didn't like that. But I did appreciate how Jamar Chase handled it. Way to be an adult in there.
Good work, Jamar.
Way to be an adult in there, Jamar.